Hey, it's me without Dr. V today. We've got Dr. V coming on a little bit later, but it's going to be our resolutions for 2026. And it's almost perfect that Dr. V isn't here at the beginning because I'm going to use him as an example of our first resolution as we're going forward. And it's just going to be looking for people's input and all of that. It's just, we're psyched, and it's just going to be a new year. Every year is good. First thing. Dr. V is in church today. What's incredible about Dr. V is that he's such a believer. He is such a man of science, a man of just incredible knowledge and learns so much, is a person who now still believes in religion, still has this belief that it just makes him a better person, and go with it. I respect that like you can't believe. And let me get to Spartacus quickly. Spartacus, you're the man. Happy, healthy New Year to you. I watched the Vikings last Sunday. They were a surprise like the Ravens were last night. What a waste of time of looking good. They should have looked better before, but they looked like a crunching team, I'm telling you. And the Ravens actually looked good last night too. However, as I was saying, Joe is in church today. And thank you, Spartacus. And Joe is in church today. And he will be joining us later. But his belief is not my belief. Joe's beliefs are in having family. Joe's beliefs is all this stuff, family and all the rest, and having religiosity around it. Mine is different. And the religions and the beliefs that I have are different than Joe's. Yet you all know how close we are. You all know how much we really love one another. And that's the first resolution we're going to have that we all try to do all the time. And I think people really have to think so. I mean, I'm going to sound like goody two-shoes Mark, but that's how we have to go with this. I'm not looking for viewers. I'm looking just to kind of put it out there because I think it's so important, is respect for other people. Actually, true respect, not just saying you have respect, but true respect for other people. And that leads to a whole bunch of things. I don't have to believe what Joe believes, but I do believe in the person that Joe is, and can be in 55 years we've been together as buddies. What does that say? Two different people, yet two people the same, because we respect one another and we really love one another. And we're so different, yet we're so the same because we both love family. We both love certain things, education, and just talking and being out there and jiving and some good stuff. But that's where we are right now. And so respect is just so important. It's beyond important. And it doesn't mean just like, hey, I respect you, you respect me, shake my hand. What it means is like, if you're going to get in an argument with someone, to respect that person, you have to make sure, and I say argument, discussion, whatever, there's nothing wrong with arguments. We used to have them growing up all the time. But when you have it, you have to respect the other person enough that you have made it a point to really do your research and that your opinion is well grounded in fact. And so that you're now showing that person who you're disagreeing with or possibly agreeing with that you respect that person, because you're going to throw that kind of stuff at that person. And you're assuming that that person on the other side is going to be throwing well-researched facts and ideas back to you. Incredible. That's what respect is. I know I sound like an old guy. I am an old guy, but that's my first resolution. Can we or can we all have respect for one another? Just try. We try here. We throw our stuff out and we're looking for to get more attention, and I get a totally different thumbnail, and I put stuff out there and just try to get people worked up. That's different. That's just for fun. This is for reality when you're dealing with people. But that's number one. Respect people. Respect them by respecting yourself, knowing and learning yourself, and then respecting the other person. And when doing it, try to be nice to them. What's wrong with arguing but being nice? And when you do it, I always found, I'm just an old guy, and you don't know here, but I know I always say I'm an old guy, but I am, is that when you're disagreeing with the person, find common ground between you while you're doing that. It's always there. It's always there. You show that person respect. Now, sometimes you're getting from others who are like really on the far end of the spectrum go, well, you don't agree enough. But if you sit there and you two are kind of disagreeing with one another, there's always something you can agree to. And if you bring that into the discussion, 9 out of 10 times, that other person appreciates it, and you two can still really start talking with one another and be and actually, maybe if not friends, say, hey, he or she's okay. That's what we have to do. That's all part of respect. That's all part of wanting to move forward and just making things better in our world, which is our country, which is our cities, which is our towns, which is just the people in our neighborhoods. So when you disagree, do it with fun, enjoy it, know your position, respect the other person's position, but find some common ground. This is all part of the respect resolution. Find it. It's there. It's there in most situations. Once again, unless people are all the way out on the corners, on the edges, you can always find something that you can agree with the person you're disagreeing with. And it tends to calm things down, and try to find it right away. I mean, go at it right away, because it's fun to argue with somebody. I always enjoyed it. What's wrong with that? That's the First Amendment. But find that way to deal with each other. I hate the words, common ground. They use it on Fox and all these guys, Brett Baer and all these people, but it's not, it is common ground. You just find something that you two like the same. I always would say it didn't matter how much you disagree with people, but if you're in Baltimore and you put on a Ravens outfit and there's a game going and you go into the neighborhood restaurant or bar and they're showing it, everybody's going to like you. They're not going to care what your political feelings are at that point. You're a Ravens fan. There's always common ground you can use to move forward, and that's the respect that one starts showing to one another. Let me throw out something else that's respect. Dr. V is here. Dr. V, you want me to send you a link? You let me know. The number three to respect is say please and thank you. You know how sick people think I am? I hear it all the time. Please, thank you. What are you, crazy? Bark, what are you doing? It shows respect to someone. If you ask somebody who's doing something for you to do it and you say please, people appreciate it. If you say thank you, people appreciate it. They really do. And you're showing respect. You're sitting there and somebody's waiting on you. They're bringing your food. You say thank you, or you say please when you give them the order, or somebody behind the counter. They appreciate it. Most do, because they don't hear it anymore. That's more respect. More respect. So, man, I don't know how I'm going to be able to send out Dr. V. I'm not sure about how I'm going to send you the link without coming off, but I'm just going to hang back right now. So, but that's the respect where we are, is that please, thank you. Yeah. Somebody goes, wow. Somebody cares that I did something for them. Somebody I can smile at. Somebody doesn't just look at me as picking up the dishes, or somebody is, hey, isn't that cool? What's wrong with that? That's respect. Open a door for somebody. Or if you're walking out, keep the door open. I know I sound like Susie Two Shoes, Mark Two Shoes, whatever. But how many times you walk out a door and somebody lets it slam in your face? Why? If you show respect to people, you keep the door open. If some others come through when they have the door open, fine. You're being nice. You're respecting those people. You're telling those people, I like you. I respect you as a human. I don't know who you are, but you don't deserve to have that door closed in your face. You don't deserve that at all. What you deserve is my respect. And this is all basic, guys. This is all basic. But we've forgotten basics. It's so very important. It all comes out of respect. It all comes out of, hey, I care about you. Right on, Spartacus. You thank the cashier when they make change. Why not? It's easy. You see how dirty these people's hands are? They're doing work with their hands. How can you not thank them? You see other people doing work with their minds. How can you not thank them? Give them a smile. You're there. Please and thank you. Oh, man. Sounds like mom, doesn't it? But sometimes mom was right. You're on the road. Most people, if you put on a blinker, they don't want to let you in anymore. So you tend to just pull right into the lane and you cut that person off. But you find there are nice people out there. And if somebody puts on the blinker and and you get somebody who like flash their lights to let you in, thank them when they let you in. Throw the hand up. Think about it. If you're nice to somebody, it's on the road because people are so nasty on the road all the time. On the road, you're cruising down the road and you got to get in and a person's got a blinker on and you let him in and the person says with the hand, thanks. Don't you feel good? I know I do because most people don't say thanks. They don't say thanks because they don't feel it. Man, I get bummed. If I let somebody in, and I have to admit, I don't do it all the time. And I may be in another world just cruising down the road and just doing my thing and don't see it. You know me, I'm bopping to the music. I love my music. And I don't let them in. But when I try to most times, and if you let them in and they don't wave to me, I like get bummed. I'm not bummed where I'm like crying or anything. I just sit there, shake my head and go, why do I let them in? If they can't just like, it's so easy. It's all part of it. We'll say, as we've said earlier, you keep a door open for a person. You say please or thank you. You respect what your friends do, whether you agree with them or not. Unless, once again, we're talking you're on total extremes. As we were saying earlier, me and Dr. V, that's why we are different in so many ways, but it's just incredible. I don't know Spartacus personally, but I really feel close to Spartacus, and I really respect and appreciate everything he does for us. What's wrong? Shouldn't I feel that way? And Spartacus, thank you, man. I always say it. I don't think we say it enough. Dr. V says it to you. I don't know if I say enough to you, but that's where it is. And that's how you have to look at all this and just roll with it. Let's talk about some more resolutions. Let me take you into my other little thing. We're gonna get to the music a little bit later, just my thoughts on that. But don't be bummed all the time. This country, at least people I see, not all of them. I got so many friends that don't feel this way, but people are like victims all the time. People are like bummed all the time, or are always looking to just be like not happy. Why can't you be happy? You know, the Partridge Family had that song, "Come on now, we all be happy." And you know, you shake your head. That's an old sitcom. You shake your head and you go, "Huh, can it be?" But it can be. Don't come into waking up in the morning. Look, if there's just something you can't deal with any longer or whatever, you need help, you talk with someone, you go. But if you're just, I'm talking generally to like the 95% of people out there, you wake up, man. You wake up and the day's good. You're breathing. There's food. There's a nice day out. You got your friends you can call. You got work you can do. You got things you can see. You can use your mind. You can use your hands. You can use your legs. Things are good. Things are good. You can say what you believe. You can want to believe what you want to feel. I'm sorry. You feel and you believe what you wish. Isn't that great? That's how you should start the day. I read about people saying go out and sit in the sunlight for a half hour and do all this stuff. And that may all work. Right on. If it works, great. To me, it's just a matter of just waking up and going, yeah, I'm happy I'm alive today. I'm happy. I got a great family. I got good friends. I'm breathing my air. I love my teams. I love my country. I love everything about it. I got a lot of gripes. I've made a lot of mistakes. I still look back on those mistakes and go, man, how did I do that? How did I do that? But I have to move. But I move forward, go on, and that's another issue we're going to raise. But go on and just forward and saying, what a great life. We live in the greatest country in the world, in my opinion. You can just talk like this, speak like this, meet a friend, eat somewhere, unless you're, there's real economic issues. I don't want to get into all that. You can look at all of our stuff from before, and you're going to starting next Sunday, you're going to be hearing it from us again about economic issues, the poor and the rich and all that. That's not what we're talking about today, or what I'm talking about today. But just to be able to walk out on the street, most Americans to walk out on our country's streets and be able to just see how beautiful it is and how many good people are out there. And yeah, we got issues, but we can still live. We can still smile. We can drive our cars and wave to somebody if you put on the blinker and let you in. We can walk into a restaurant and keep the door open and not let it close in somebody's face and maybe get something to eat, whether it's McDonald's or it's a great chicken place. I love chicken. Or it's just some great chicken place. That's wow. Think how great it is. And if you want to throw in sitting in the sun for a half hour or some other things, that's not my thing. But right on, if it works for you, if it makes you smile, if it makes you happy, if it makes it work, go for it. Don't want to live this life where you're only here once. You don't want to live this life where you're bummed all the time, where you're looking for to blame others for other things. I always go like this. I hate that. Just focus on trying to be happy, on realizing the little stuff that's great makes the big stuff even greater. It just does. Okay? And it's that simple. And I know I can tell you this. I'm speaking for Dr. V. He isn't here. He did his thing, but I'm speaking for Dr. V big time. I think I'm speaking for Spartacus too, and for hopefully a lot of other people out there. This is so important. These are my resolutions. I don't need a resolution of, yay, I'm going to stop drinking, or yay, I'm going to work out, or yay, I'm going to do this. It's the basics. We go back to the basics. One more thing, and I kind of went from it earlier. You make a mistake, accept it. In this world, for some reason, another resolution, I've lost the count, I'm sorry. In this world, everybody, not everybody, so many people make a mistake and they'll go, it wasn't me, it was them, or I'm not wrong, or I didn't do it, or stuff like that. Why? It's so much easier and so much better, and you maintain people's respect if you make a mistake and you admit to that mistake and try, instead of trying to find excuses to say you didn't do it, or the mistake wasn't yours, or it wasn't wrong. People respect you. We're talking about this respect. That's the number one issue here. People respect you if you admit a mistake, if you say, I just blew it. I don't hear anybody say that anymore, hardly. My friends say it. And I blow it all the time, so it isn't hard for me to say. But that's a major thing. You gain more respect from people who may even disagree with you by saying, I blew it. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong. Do you hear anybody say that anymore? That's another resolution I like. Thanks for the stash. I've had it for a long time. My wife tells me if I shave it, she's getting rid of me. So I keep it on because I don't want to lose her after all these years. I'm pretty lucky that way. But I sure don't have much hair there. But admit your mistakes. Admit your issues. It's real hair, by the way. I know everybody asks. Yeah, it's real. There's really color, but it ain't much of it. But if you admit your mistake with this mug, if you admit your mistakes and you just go, yeah, I blew it, you won't believe the amount of respect you get from others. It's so important. It just shows you're a human being. You're just a real person, a regular person, because we all know we all make mistakes. Like I said, I've made lots of them in all the years I've been around. So we tell, yeah, I blew it. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I know it's wrong. I'll never do it again. And you learn from it. And that's all part of learning and just growing. You make a mistake, you accept, you say, I'm not going to do it. At least you say it to yourself in your head, and you move forward, and you gain more respect from others as you go forward. And you know something? You gain more respect for yourself. because you say, you know, you're not going to do it again. If the situation comes up, you're going to do it differently. It just is the right way to be. And that builds the respect. Whew. Let me hit some more here. Reach out to your friends. People don't reach out anymore. I'm sorry, I've lost count on my resolutions. I hope I haven't gone too far. As we get older, I know as I get older, and you know, you lose friends as you get older because they just die or whatever, and you can't talk with them anymore, and their idea and their memories disappear, and you don't have that person to share with or to even about how much you've grown and how much fun it is. Get out there and talk to your friends. Reach out. No matter how mad you are, reach out. Say, hey, let's have lunch. Everybody has time for some lunch, or Saturday or Sunday. I don't care how many kids you got. If you reach out to your friends, anyway, when you're older and you got kids, you know, you tend to have your friends and the kids' friends and all that. That's perfect. But if you're single or you're older or you're young and you're at home, reach out. Don't sit at home and go, oh, man, I'm so bummed I'm going to play video games. And I got nothing against video games. Don't misunderstand. I don't play them. But if you're into it, right on. I love music. You love video games, great. But walk away from it and call your buddies or video your friends and say, let's meet down the road and just have lunch and talk and see. When you see people's eyes and when you see how people respond, you know what's real. You know what's real. It's not like when you're behind things or you got a Zoom or something going on. You don't, yeah, it's my grand dog. You don't really understand the people. But when you meet people and you talk to them head on and you keep going forward and you don't stop and you smile, you know what's real. You shake a person's hand. You know what's real. I know I'm lecturing. I've been talking, lecturing. Will you tell her to be quiet upstairs, please? I know it's lecturing, but the whole line, I'm sorry, we're having somebody tell our granddaughter dog to be quiet. So she's just letting you know she loves me. I think she's agreeing with everything I'm saying, I hope. But as you're reaching out, let me just take a step back. You reach out, you sit, you talk, you hold somebody's hand, you see their eyes. I always hear people talk about having meetings and they do it online or they do this. It's not the same. You got to reach out. You got to see people. You got to talk to people. You got to feel them, hug them, hold them, kiss them, love them. Just shake their hand, give them 5, do something. That's what you got to do. And then you have more respect. You feel better. And you just make people like you more because you care. And they sit there and go, man, if he wants to call me and have lunch with me, or she wants to call me and have lunch with me, then wow, how lucky is this? This is great. I want to have lunch with them. I'm talking mostly to basic people, good people. There's people, I keep saying, out on the edges, you don't want to deal on the edges. Most people, I'm just talking for the great general mass of people that we all deal with. You go, wow, I got people who care. And then it makes you want to call somebody. It makes you want to go for it. It makes you want to have more friends. And when you have more friends, you feel more respect for them and you feel more respect for yourself. And they then feel that respect for you. Don't sit at home. Yeah, play video games, but get out of there. I played music all the time when I was a kid. I mean, I had my studies and stuff I had to do. But I wasn't allowed to watch TV during the week, but I played music all the time. I got out, though, and you got out and you met people and you dealt with people and you saw what people had to say and you learned to deal with people and you felt better about it. And you ended up with friends. I ended up with friends, lifetime friends, as you guys know. You know the one who's on here with me most of the time. Wow. That's where you got to go. Reach out, guys and women, but it seems I hear it's a guy's issue, but it's whoever's stuck at home. Reach out to your friends. Who was it? Reach out in the darkness. Who sang that song? Reach out in the darkness. You may find a friend. I can't remember who it is. It's a man or woman, I think. I can sing the song, though, not good. But that's what it is. Even if you don't know, reach out. Reach out. Next. Read, listen, and watch. So many people get on, like you think I sit here and just talk, and I'm talking 24 hours a day, and most of my friends think I talk a lot. But I spend a lot of my time listening, watching, and reading. And I try to read, listen, and watch stuff that makes me uncomfortable. I try to make it so right on, Dr. V, we love you. I'm sorry, I see Dr. V there. I try to make myself uncomfortable so that I can try to understand what others are thinking. So I'll watch Fox, but like Laura Ingraham to me is like out there. And I get uncomfortable watching her, but I'll watch her for a while. Okay. Mark Levin, Jesse Waters, I can't watch too much, but I liked him better when he worked with O'Reilly. I thought he was funny then. But it's you have to hear it. You got to listen. News Nation. Also listen to CNN. Also MS Now, which was MSNBC. I just go through those. I'm looking forward to just getting a package where I just have that stuff. But I just go through those, and you listen and you hear, and it makes you think. And you're not talking to the TV. The TV's talking to you, or the video screen's talking to you. And you get subscriptions and read. Don't just read the jive that gets pushed to you. I get so much email in the morning, all day long. Read this, see this. It's mostly jive. I pick stuff that I think are factual and try to get into different types of factual reading. I do. My subscriptions include the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the Washington Post. Yeah, right wing and left wing, though the Post has really kind of moved much more to the right. And I try to read all other stuff where I can. Politico, and I try to see some of the stuff that Fox pushes, and I go on. I'm having trouble. I used to read some Heritage Foundation. I don't anymore because they totally lost it with their love for the Nazi sympathizers, and they've lost so many people as a result. But I always like to hear that. Listen, forget me. Listen to stuff that makes you uncomfortable. Read stuff that makes you uncomfortable. Just think about stuff that makes you uncomfortable, because when it makes you uncomfortable, you have more of an idea of how the other person feels, and you respect that other person. That other person realizes you respect him when you tell him or her, I did this, I saw this here, and they go, wow, I watch it there too, and this is what's right and this is what's wrong, and deal with it. Once again, we come back to what is really the most important issue here. The biggest resolution I've got is for us to have respect for one another. It's gone. It's lost. So we've been talking about all the different ways to have respect. I just want to do it quick. We've had a lot of people come on recently. We talk about respecting those that may have religious differences, but right on. You can believe what you want to believe. They can believe what they want to believe. They can have opinions on both sides. It doesn't matter. You have to listen. Please and thank you. I always say that. I'm just going through this quickly here. You got to do it. Don't let a door slam in somebody's face. Isn't it time we all started trying to be friendly to one another? And to me, most importantly, with all this is reach out and have respect for everyone. And I'm going to push one more issue, which I think is so important. You guys hear me say it all the time. Listen to music. Listen to music. Now, I use music as the example because that's what I grew up with. Our video was very limited. You had 3 TV stations. They were black and white until I remember we got our first color TV, and I wasn't a little kid. Well, I was a little kid, but I mean, I wasn't that young. And I listened to music. I got sent to my room. I listened to my records. When you listen to music, and now I'm going to take a step beyond that. Whatever this can be for you, whether it's music, whether it's videos, whether it's reading, whether it's writing, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to use music as my example, where I could just lose myself in it and think and try to think about what I can do and maybe imagine and let my imagination go wild on my own, my imagination, what I think, what I'm doing. how it goes. I don't let somebody else run my imagination. I think that may be a weakness in video games, but once again, I don't know videos. I never did them, so I can't say anything negative about it. But because I always hear, oh, it's so violent. Well, I grew up, rock and roll was so sexual, right? And Elvis Presley, you couldn't only show him the Ed Sullivan Show from the waist up. I mean, come on. So it's entertainment, but you got to find a way to keep a lid on that, on how you respond to that entertainment. And to me, that music to me made me happy. It made me think. It made me want to do things. It still does. It just hits the heart, and it hits the emotion. It gets you away from the hate. It gets you away from wanting to fight with somebody and get the lib or get the conservative or get the MAGA or the Trumper or this or that, all that. It just leaves, and you just, wow, you can just imagine things that just aren't happening, and maybe take that imagination and maybe use some of those ideas in that imagination and make it good and make it work and actually come out of it successful with it. Why not? But find that area where you can be comfortable, where you're with yourself, comfortable with yourself, not with others, with yourself. Because when you're comfortable with yourself, others will be comfortable with you. And you read or you listen to music or you do something, just you and whatever it is you want to do. Get comfortable with yourself and then emerge from that comfort zone and reach out to your friends and reach out to people and want to meet more people and get out in the street and walk and give a smile to somebody. And when you pass them on the street, say hi. Nobody, they look away. Everybody's got the earbuds in. Hi. Okay. Grandpa Mark's going to quit giving everybody the lines and then pull it in the lecture and pulling it out. All I can say is this. This has been my favorite live stream. I'm telling you from my heart how I feel. I always do anyhow, but I'm telling you from my heart how I feel. This is our opinion show. I really love all of you who have the time to come on and watch us and deal with us. And I'm going to get crazy again next Sunday. I promise. But right now, it's so important that we all use this new year to realize that we are just at each other's throats. And it's time we use all these ideas on how we can start respecting one another. Because when we start respecting one another, and you know what respect means, then we start coming back together. And that's what we have to do. We can't be divided. We have to come back together. And you only do that if you want to earn respect and respect others. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to wish you all a great, happy, and healthy new year, you and your family, and look forward to seeing you all Sunday. Please feel free to share this live stream. It's been my fun. And have a great, fun, safe time New Year's. Take care of yourself. We'll see you Sunday. This has been great, and I love you all. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in a week. And thank you again, Spartacus.